stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To those guests who've just joined us, welcome. Our next stop is the Magic Kingdom. For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the doors. Stay clear of the doors. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA.
Welcome aboard the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. This is Justin Monorail, and this is episode number 218 of the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. Today is Monday, September the 9th, and that means it's my birthday. Hooray for me. Woo! Congratulations to me. I hope you're all celebrating appropriately. I know that I am at work. Boo. But it's okay. We're going to have a good day regardless. And no better way to start off a Monorail Monday, and of course my birthday Monday, than with the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. We've got Walt Disney World news, Orlando news, SeaWorld news? I think we do. And today we're bringing back a fan favorite segment, M34D, at the end of the show today. The promise was made a couple of months ago, and I think we were nervous to get to it because of the topic, but we're going to do it today, and we're going to hold hands and be adults as we talk about the making of me in the M34D segment. And just a little teaser, one star of that little attraction that's no longer with us was Martin Short. And in the pre-show, we were having a little discussion about Martin Short, and it led us to Only Murders in the Building. If you're a fan of that show and you're aware of what that is, Stephers made a reference and said that she feels like we are kind of the Only Murders in the Building of the theme park podcast community. So I'm going to ask you all, we're going to welcome in my co-host in just a second, but I'm going to ask you all, if that's true, you've got to assign, because we can't decide, is Landon or am I Steve Martin? Is Landon or am I Martin Short? Or are there other options? I'll let you decide. And we'll give you a little bit of content to help you make those decisions. But first, we got to welcome in the co-host. And I'm going to call him the Steve Martin to my Martin Short. I think I'm sillier than he is. It's Landon the Dawsdone. Landon, welcome to the Monorail.
Hi, everybody. Coming to you from the Isolation Station of Love. It's me. It's the DOZ, Landon the Dawsdone, and it's a birthday Monday morning, and you know what that means. Happy birthday, buddy. Love you. Hope you have a great one. And yeah, it is kind of a bummer. You have to go to work. To paraphrase Patton Oswalt, don't you hate when you're an adult and it's your birthday? Hey, it's my birthday. Who gives a ish? Go to work. Yeah. Yeah. That's called growing up. Yeah.
I know. I think almost literally the quote in one of his stand-up acts is, "You're 42. Who cares? Go to work." So
And much like when I had a birthday on the Monday Morning Monorail podcast, and I announced the Living with the Landon fundraiser. Buddy, I'm going to blow your spot up. Jay is going to announce a fundraiser. It's Jackin' with Justin. He is going to go to Magic Kingdom. No, he's actually not going to do that. So
I don't know where this is going, but I feel I need an adult.
But hey, you need an adult, and we're going to hold hands, just like you said.
Oh my goodness gracious! Yeah, I thought I was going to say something a little more tame and just say I was going to have like a car wash and I'll be in a wet t-shirt or something. But,
there's no literation in that. And if I've taught you anything, ladies love literation.
That's true. But I don't want to end up on any kind of sexual offenders list. So we're going to just keep on moving on here. And let's welcome in the star of the show, the one who brought Only Murders in the Building to the conversation today. It's Stephers. Stephers, welcome to the Monorail.
None of that. It was Landon who brought it in. And then I had the revelation of Only Murders on the Monorail. And then I realized we are them. However, now that your birthday is current, like I didn't even factor that into account when I was like, don't feel old. Like, obviously y'all are younger.
Oh, I'm old.
Wait, we're younger.
Reinforced by my birthday being today. And
Yeah,
yes, I am 42.
that just
42. Wait, isn't that the ultimate answer to the ultimate question
Yes.
That
you've
is.
ever read?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
watched Hitchhiker's Guide to
congratulations.
Galaxy?
You've
Yep.
made it to your
Yeah.
oh, what would that be? It's not your golden birthday, it's your life birthday, your
The ultimate answer birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
ultimate answer.
the ultimate
That's too long.
birthday. Mhm.
That's too long of a thing. Anyway, hello, it's me. I regret everything today. They also bullied me into wearing orange, and we're back with hats, but my hat is better because it says reading is sexy, and it is. So we've also said some variation of the word sexy or sexual way too many times on the show
A lot.
already.
For a family podcast, probably too
Are
much.
we?
But you know what, Stephers? Again, we're going to be talking about a very controversial attraction in M34D today, so I feel like it's on brand.
We're off to a hot start.
Yeah. Well, welcome everybody. If this is your first time joining us
I'm
on the
so
monorail,
Oh God, yeah. If this is your first time, I apologize. I can't believe Justin said all that stuff.
I know.
Yeah, wow, that was very out of line for him.
It's pretty typical for me to work blue. But we do have a lot of news to get to, and we've got a really fun show ahead. And hey, we've got football to watch today, so why delay any further? Let's get into it. It's time for the news. That's right, dreamers. We're back with another round of theme park. That was me trying to say central and theme at the same time. Theme. It's impossible. I challenge you to try it. Central and theme don't go together. Don't even do it. Theme park news from around Central Florida. Of course, we focus mainly on Walt Disney World and Universal. We sneak in some SeaWorld. We don't talk Peppa Pig Land. We don't talk Legoland, although we're open to it. If you want us to be the official theme park of Peppa Pig Land, we will sell our souls to the ham. Let's do it.
Yeah, we
But
will.
today, we're going to start with Walt Disney World news, and I do want to start us off in Rumorville. I did not put this on the actual show notes for my compatriots here, but I put it in the Facebook group, and it's just something I want to throw out. Again, strictly rumor. This does not currently have any foot in reality, but a trusted news source for us here on the Monday Morning Monorail podcast wrote an article about Walt Disney World debuting Universal Express style skip the line offering. This is from blogmickey.com. And essentially what they're saying is there is a little smoke and a little bit of rumblings in the background coming from their probably anonymous sources that initially rumored for just Disneyland, they are now reporting that Lightning Lane Premier Pass is planned to come to Walt Disney World. And what will that be? Essentially, it's a pay a price for, like, it's very similar to the Universal deal, but it would be you can purchase Lightning Lane Premier Pass and skip the line at eligible Lightning Lane attractions once per day without the need to book a return window. Now, Stephers can weigh in on this because this is a very universal thing. And we can kind of discuss what we think the price range for something like this at Walt Disney World would be. I'm sure they'll do surge pricing and peak pricing. But oh my goodness gracious. I really don't know how I feel. First of all, I know this is a rumor. We don't know if this is actually going to happen, but I don't know where I fall on this. So I'm going to turn it over to you all. I mean, Landon, when you first saw this rumor, read the news about it, like, what are your thoughts on something like an express pass coming to Walt Disney World?
As somebody who has used Universal's Express Pass in the past, I have ponied up that high price point. I thought it was very much worth it. This was back before I was going down to the parks at the frequency I am now, and even going down to the parks at the frequency I am now. I still go to Disney more than I do Universal. Excuse me. And paying that price point, I felt like I was able to get more out of my experience going to Universal than I ever had. I don't hate this. I know that might be controversial, but I mean, Disney more and more is turning into a pay to play, or more accurately, a pay to win experience. And that's unfortunate, but let's just call a spade a spade. That's what Disney is becoming more and more. I don't hate this. It does suck because Disney is not a cheap experience, even if you quote unquote do Disney on the cheap, if that is such a thing anymore. I don't even know if it is, but I don't hate this as a prospect when it comes to something that Disney is introducing. Now, I could totally do a 180 when Disney announces, yeah, we're doing Lightning Lane Premier Pass or the LLPP, and it's going to be $400 a head a day. And then I'm going to be like, do what now? But the sad thing is people would still pay that, because if you are that family that comes down once every 8 to 10 years, we talk about it all the time. The most valuable form of currency you have in the park is your time. Is as tough as a pill that would be to swallow. If you're a family of 4, you would probably pay an additional $1,600.
Oof.
Yeah, saying that out loud, I don't even know if I believe what I'm going to say. Paying an additional $1,600 to where you could guarantee you could experience every attraction you and your family want to on this magical trip to the most magical place on earth.
Yeah.
I think the price point is going to be the big sticking point on this. But as just Disney implementing it, I don't hate it.
Yeah. I have questions about price point. I have questions about will it be automatically you buy that and it's park hopper applicable, or is it going to be park specific? The other question I would have is it going to include the individual Lightning Lane attractions? Because you want to talk about feeling nickel and dimed. If you buy a Premier Pass and you don't get the individual Lightning Lanes, give me a break.
Yeah. That's a very good point. And also another thing that I hope is if the LLPP, as I'm going to call it, is implemented. Much like we're drawing parallels to Universal's Express Pass, that's something that's included when it comes to their deluxe resorts.
Yeah,
I hope that this
true.
is something that is included when with Disney's deluxe resorts, because again, like a trip to Disney is not cheap. Doubly so if you're staying on property at one of the Disney resorts. Doubly so if you're staying at one of the deluxe Disney resorts, because those things, as nice as they are not cheap. Not even a little.
Not at all. Stephers, having the experience in the background in Universal, what are your thoughts on this potential of introducing an express-like pass to Walt Disney World?
I feel like, and I don't know how long ago this was, this really like goes into the depths of my mind, but I feel like we had a similar conversation when they were first introducing whatever came after the Fast Pass that you could book 60 days in advance, when they were transitioning to this new thingy.
Genie Plus.
Is that what was next? I don't really remember what was next.
I think so. Yeah. Disney's kind of botched everything after Fast Pass.
My thing is, with this being a rumor, with them just updating their system, like the thought of having another system, like already gives me a headache. I think, hot take, I'm the Universal person, it is what it is. I like the way Universal does their Express. Mm-hmm. What I will say, Disney has more parks, and Disney, this isn't necessarily a dig, but like I don't think Disney will know how to efficiently utilize this kind of system. Like, I think it'll take some time for them to get it to work. Will it make it easier in the long run? I think so, because all you have to do is scan your
Magic
ticket, whatever it is, and then the line will go through. Like in the long run, I think this is more efficient of a way to do it. I will say, don't make this new system if you're not going to give. And I think we've said this multiple times, like give the hotel, like you're having people spend a lot of money on a hotel. included in whatever tier. Like Universal has like a one-time only express, which is for like people who can't necessarily afford, the unlimited. Make it tiered, but give someone something.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I think you're right. You're both right about that. Like, I think if Disney went this way, it should be a offering that if you're staying at one of the deluxe resorts, already paying top dollar to be on property, this is something you definitely should get included in your stay.
I think the logic of them having like a time to return, like in theory works great, but I think if you just I also think this will help people who are planning their Disney vacations to not stress as much, because they can kind of just fit in whatever they want whenever they want kind of thing. It's one of those things where it's like, oh shoot, I have an Oga's reservation, but I also have the return time for this, and then I'm not gonna, and then there's like a whole, oh well, I had a dining reservation that I can't cancel or else I'll get charged, but I missed my thing, here's my screenshot, like, and they still let you go anyway. So I think at the end of the day, it'll be a good efficiency thing, but I do think that they shouldn't change the system. Just like, I think they need to really think this through, build it out, and include their hotels, or even like include, I don't know and then even do a deal for pass holders, because you have non-local pass holders that still want to come down, and maybe they only want to come down for 2 days and whatever, like, and just make it like, there are ways that they can still make their money off of it.
What? Now, Disney thinking of the pass holders? That's ridiculous, Stephers. That'll never happen.
I will say it would have to be an all-encompassing, you can use it at all 4 parks. I don't think having it like park specific would be very help. Like, maybe like there's a base option for like one park per day tickets, but like, you just need to have it work at all the parks, which will be costly. There's no Universal's Unlimited Express can get up to $320 for 2 parks. So you can only imagine peak time at Disney like that.
Oh, Landon's. I think it's more than Landon said $400. I think they could go up to $500 probably per person.
And then what they do to have you save money, I'm putting this in air quotes for those listening to the audio, is they incorporate some sort of like deal if you book to stay on site.
Yeah.
Like how Universal, like typically it's cheaper depending on what time of year you go to just stay at a deluxe resort and get it embedded in your stay versus paying for it a la carte. I think if you bundle it that way, like you're not looking at a $600 price tag for your family of 4 for...
No, but you're paying for it in the deluxe price of the hotel. But yes,
but then you get like your on site, you get the transportation, you get get the convenience of whatever,
the deluxe experience, which you should get more value.
That's my hot. That's
well, I mean, again, we're in Rumorville right now. We're hanging out in Rumorville. We're going to take the monorail to reality in a second. But yeah, I just that was. Yeah, that was interesting announcement. I had not heard anything about that at all. So that was news to me. But I know in the Facebook group, we shared that article, and Pastor John said that this is something that's been out there for a little while. So, I mean, it could just be a matter of time. And maybe one thing that I will say, when I go to Universal, I pretty consistently get surveys after my park visits. And one of the things they always do is they have a list of questions that compare Disney to Universal. And one of the things they ask is, which is a more like seamless vacation? Universal for sure. Like without a doubt, it's Universal. And I think Disney has to be aware of that. Like that has to be something that they're hearing a lot, especially since COVID. It's complicated to go to Walt Disney World. And if you don't go in fully eyes open, educated, listening to podcasts like the Monday Morning Monorail podcast that help you plan your stay, then I don't know. Like I would feel bad for a family that was unprepared showing up to Disney. I mean, this was true even right after COVID, but it keeps getting more and more complicated.
Well, really. That was my main thing when I went to Disneyland. Like obviously smaller in size, and there's only 2 parks, whatever. But I went in there and like I knew logically like I could get everything done, but like unless I did in-depth research, aka ask all my friends who've been there already, because that's what I did. Like, I wouldn't know that like Fantasyland, those rides aren't on, or not all of them are on the Genie Plus system, and like to rope drop that for like there are just things that I just wouldn't know to do, and I was stressed.
Yeah,
but that's just me.
As much as I love Disney, and I say this as a self-admitted Disney adult, yeah, I'm one of them weirdos, and somebody who has a trip to Disney literally this week, I hate how complicated Disney has been and continues to be. It shouldn't be this hard.
No, I mean, it really shouldn't. It's supposed to be a vacation.
I could not have phrased it better. It's supposed to be a vacation. But this is a vacation where it feels like you have to do homework before, during, and sometimes after your vacation. You're going to a daggone theme park, y'all.
Yeah. It shouldn't be stressful.
Like Disney, come on.
Devil's advocate, I do think in their head they're trying to bridge the gap and like make it seamless. It's just, I feel like the frequency in which they're making changes is too high for people to catch up to what like virtual queues and like all the changes that they make. Like, I don't think people really keep up enough with it. In retrospect, it's like when you get a new phone and then they announce a new phone right after you get your new phone. It's one of those things, like you're never caught up to the newest thing.
That's true. It does feel like that.
I don't know. They'll find something that works.
Yeah. It's like they just announced Lightning Lane, and then we're on to the new iteration of Lightning Lane. Yeah.
I will say, though,
allegedly,
I don't think, in terms of the comparing the two, obviously there's one that's more seamless than the other, but I do think if they were to make this change, there's nothing wrong with taking a paid. That's the thing. An article we're talking about later, or like a thing that we're talking about later, upon reflection, like there's no, if something works, who cares which park did it first?
Oh, absolutely.
Amen. Yeah. Amen. Amen. Yep.
At the end of the day, like if this Universal Express just works, which it has for years, and they've never changed it for who knows how long, friggin' Disney, do it. Like, obviously it'll have to be more expensive and it'll have to fit your business plan, but like the shiz works.
Yeah. I know. I don't know if you all saw that Disney got hacked, right? So I wasn't going to talk about like a lot of the details of this, but somehow some hackers got into Disney and got access to all kinds of like Slack conversations and some files and different things. But one of the things they found out was how much Disney had earned since they launched Genie Plus and Lightning Lane, just on those sales alone. And the number is insane. Right now, the number that's coming to mind is like $450 million, but I think it was more than that. Like they've just selling the quick access to ride passes, whatever you want to call them, they've made like $500 million. Yeah. So that's so FYI, it's not going away.
No, it's not. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Disney likes one thing and one thing only: money. Oh my.
Yeah, I know. And I've thrown some dollars on that pile myself.
Oh, me too. Yeah. Hand up. And once again, I have a trip this week. Spoiler alert: your boy might be doing it again. Yeah. What the heck? Oh my.
Yeah.
Well.
So, anyways, it's a fact of life. Mm-hmm. But I will say, as we now cruise on over to Reality Land, this is an article from www.magic.com.
I don't like it. It feels sticky in reality. Gross.
I know.
That's humidity, honey. That's humidity.
And it is sticky down here. But one way you can beat the heat is by going to a Disney water park. And this announcement I feel like is good value. Disney Water Park Seasonal Pass now available. Unlimited visits through May of 2025 for $79. And I got to say, the Disney water parks are top notch. I'm not a big water park person, but unlimited access from now until May 23rd, 2025 for $80. And it's you get a $5 discount ages 3 to 9. Great. $6 discount. But yeah, a single day ticket is $74 to go to the parks.
Well,
so
wow.
But one is only, they're like split open.
Yeah.
They're one is open while the other one's closed, and then the other one's open while the other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was like. But you only get, this is still a good deal. I'm not saying this is not a good deal. I think with the downtime that the water, because it's been a while since both have been open, and then whatever. I think this is a great deal. I will just say you are only getting one park depending on when you go.
Yeah.
Unless the pass. The pass is good until. So you probably could get 2 seasons or 2.
Yeah.
Well, it's not terrible.
Yeah, Blizzard Beach is going to reopen on November 4th. Then Typhoon Lagoon will then go dark starting November 4th. But Jay said, you're not much of a water park person. I'm even less of a water park person. But $80 through
Unlimited
the
visit.
end of May, that's a hell of a deal, y'all.
That's SeaWorld prices.
That's
I just have to say.
Volcano Bay is about $80 for a day.
For one day.
Yeah.
That's almost like Disney's paying you to come to these parks.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're not paying you to come to these parks, but I mean, in the scheme of things, like when it comes to Disney, Universal, theme parks, like $80 through the end of May, that is a killer deal.
That's really good. Yeah.
Like if I was a local, I would think about signing up for that just to go for I know we had a fast pass standby snack break. Yes, it's coming back eventually. Calm down. And we talked about ranking these, and one of the things that people kept bringing up was some of the food and drink options. I like if I was a local, I would sign up for that just to go and check out some of the food and drink options. And plus, your boy loves a lazy river.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I would be living my best life in all the lazy rivers for $79 plus tax through May 23rd of 2025.
So I know you're not really allowed to take drinks into the lazy river, but I have a suggestion for the theme parks, particularly
just
the
do
water
it
parks.
anyway.
Yeah, just do it anyway. No, they ought to make like the cocktail, the adult Capri Suns, like they have. You can get them at SeaWorld sometimes. They have the cocktails in the sealed bags. And you just have to put a straw in there. Make them to where they're spill proof, and then you can wear them around your neck and just have a little cocktail and go around the lazy river. I think it's a great idea.
I love that idea. And also, what could possibly go wrong? People having drinks around their necks and getting more and more intoxicated while they float along in a body of water.
What are lifeguards for?
That's true.
They're on the payroll.
Even that we're creating jobs for lifeguards.
For legal purposes, this is all a joke. All a joke. All a joke.
Kind of. Anyways, I think that's a good deal. But
great deal. 10 out of 10.
If you're a local, it's a pretty cool thing that you can do.
I mean, dang, wow.
Even if you're not a local, if you have 2 or 3 trips planned, why not during that time?
Yeah. And this is also what piggybacked. If you're staying at a Disney resort, you get a day at one of the water parks on your check-in day.
Check-in day, yeah, that's true.
Is Disney worried about their water park numbers?
Probably.
Yes, 100%.
If they're funneling and pushing people this hard towards their water parks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
And I think, like you said, though, if people are in the park, they're going to spend money on food and drink, So get them in there. Get another day out of them and get some more, merch sale. People got to buy sunscreen. They got to buy all kinds of things.
Oh, my goodness. Let me tell y'all a brief little story here. I don't know which water park it was, but let me tell you, I got sunburnt. And then you know what else got sunburnt? My lips. You know what I had to buy from these water parks?
That can happen?
I had to buy a chapstick that was sun protection.
Wow.
You want to know how much that thing was? Probably ridiculously $20 something. It was for this little tube. I was like, it was years ago. I haven't learned my lesson. Bring your own sunscreen is the moral of this story. Or stop at CVS on your way, when you're already there, because I don't check a bag. So I tell my friends, can you please grab me sunscreen or something from the store? Hey Justin, can you please grab sunscreen or something from the store when I get there? Thanks. Yeah, don't be like me. That's a PTSD moment that when my lips were burned.
That sounds pretty awful.
Your lips can get sunburnt?
Yes, sir. They sure can. They sure can.
Yeah.
I rarely say this. I learned something on today's Monday Morning Monorail. Oh, my God.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.
Well, here's something that I learned this week because, coming out of D23, I thought maybe we had all the announcements of changes coming to the parks in the next couple of years.
No.
But here's something that was not mentioned at all. Let's hop in a race car and go on over to Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Not for long.
Ka-chow. WDWMagic.com reporting new Disney villain show to replace Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy at Hollywood Studios in 2025. So new live entertainment experience will be centered around the Disney villains in the summer of 25. The new show will take place at the Sunset Showcase located on Sunset Boulevard and will feature dozens of iconic villains. We've got a little concept art picture here that we're looking at. Cruella's on stage, and it looks like a pretty big crowd.
I have thoughts on this. My first one is, and please just disagree with me if you want to disagree with me. Why do they do this? Why do they do this? Like,
why do they do this?
It's a fair question, Stephers.
We're getting a villain's land.
Yeah.
But that's not in this park. Is this their way of bridging the gap?
But Stephers, as we know, Cars Land, quote unquote, will be replacing the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island. So it's interesting. They're like, well, we're moving Cars out of Hollywood Studios to Magic Kingdom, but we're going to split villains. I don't know.
Which, okay.
Back to Stephers' question, why do they do this?
Why do they do this?
Well, my thing is, like, if they're making a whole villain's land, it's not like they're not going to have I mean, maybe I'm wrong now, but, like, are they not going to have a show then when in villain's land? And then what's going to be the I just don't understand.
Let me posit this theory. We're not going to have that villain's land until, what, 27, 28, probably? Like,
maybe.
Yeah.
So this is an illusion.
This is all an illusion, Stephers.
A distraction, so people are like, calm down and like taking this until 2027.
Nope.
Okay.
Wait for my theory. Here it is.
Theory, hit me.
People have been demanding villains content in the parks, right? So this is Disney's quick way to say, here's some villains content in the park. 2, like I said, Cars is going over to Magic Kingdom so they can move that. 3, we're looking for a place for monsters to land in Disney's Hollywood Studios. So what if this is just something that bridges the gap? And maybe Alicia Stella's theory about Monsters Land going to take over the Rock and Roller Coaster space and the Lightning McQueen Racing Academy could be true. And this is just a
placeholder.
That thought did cross my mind that this is just going to be a temporary thing in Hollywood Studios.
Spot, it's always temporary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is, because I'm going to be honest. It's like I've been to Hollywood Studios like more times than I can count. And it's like when they made this, it's like, oh, yeah, that Lightning McQueen thing is there. That's neat. Dang, it's going away. Yeah.
This is that thing in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm understanding now.
It is in the back, tucked away.
Stephers didn't even know where it was.
Yeah, like we're literally talking about it, and Stephers has no idea what we're talking about. That's how hidden this is. Yeah.
I was trying to like think. I was like, I remember seeing a Lightning McQueen thing, but in my brain it was okay. But like, why? But now you're putting a Pixar thing. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Placeholder. No, it's a placeholder. It's fine.
It wasn't just Stephers. You're basically demonstrating exactly, what the problem with the Lightning McQueen Racing Academy was. People either didn't know about it or they didn't care. Yep. I think it was only bringing in families with small children. This particular show is going to have much more mass appeal and will Hollywood Studios needs stuff to absorb more people. So, this is something that can do that for a little while they work on their other stuff.
And to Jay's point, people have been clamoring for Disney villain stuff, representation in the parks for a long time. I mean, what Villains After Hour was a thing at one point.
That was so good.
And to my point, Jay's reaction, people are like, oh, that was so cool. Disney was able to sell a After Hours experience based solely around the Disney villains. People want the bad guys. Mm-hmm. A story is only as good as its villains, and Disney has created some really good villains. And I think this is a temporary stopgap, but I am interested to see what this stopgap is going to be, because I mean, like, I know we're getting back the Little Mermaid show in Hollywood Studios. I guess technically Muppet Vision could be considered a show as well. Does Hollywood Studios have a show currently?
Well, yeah, the Beauty and the Beast live on stage,
And the Frozen, that's right. And
Frozen, and Indiana Jones, if you can consider that a show.
Okay, all right, yeah. So take that my beliefs, but and again, to your point, Jay, like Hollywood Studios needs something that will soak up audiences, because Hollywood Studios, if you've been there on a busy day, boy, it's very people-y, and I think this will definitely bring in and get some butts and seats.
Yeah. If you're not a Star Wars fan and you don't want to ride Tower of Terror, it leaves kind of very little for you in Hollywood Studios. But yeah, I mean, I think it's good, and I think it will be temporary. I don't know that necessarily it means that's where Monsters, Inc. is going, because it could still be something that operates, and it, like I said, has more mass appeal when they shut down something like Animation Courtyard and they need to send people somewhere else. Because there's also a Disney Junior live on stage show in Animation Courtyard, and this could be something like, they shift people to go see this while they shut down that area. So
yeah, Doc McStuffins has to have her dance party.
She does. Is Vampirina considered a villain? Probably not. She
is a Dracula, and movies have led me to believe, well, other than Blade, there's no good thing. There's no such thing as a good Dracula. So,
then you didn't watch Angel, my friend.
Oh, see, I'm more of a Firefly guy when it comes to my Whedonverse, and also Joss Whedon's kind of problematic these days. So
yeah, well, that's true. But man, that Angel show, that was good. I of course I love Buffy, but Angel was where it was at for me. I don't know why. That show was great. Stephers, you have no opinion on this? I'm surprised.
I'm a Charmed person, so Angel came on before Charmed.
Yes.
So it was Angel, and then Charmed came on right after on TNT, which TV is not what it used to be, so it doesn't even matter. Anyway, the moral of the story is
somebody listening is saying, "Somebody say something about Supernatural," and we could get the trifecta. Supernatural was good right up until it went off a cliff and got crazy. I mean, it went through the actual literal apocalypse.
We're about to get canceled.
Came back.
You're about to get canceled. There are so many Supernatural stands in the audience, man.
I like Supernatural, but it lost the plot, and I think even the creator would admit that.
You know who the plot is?
See what we can get away with.
It's Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles, and the person who plays the
the angel. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
His, those are the plot. That's all people show up for by the end of the show. It's following their characters.
That is very true. Yeah. By the way, I like Supernatural. Don't come for me, guys.
Yeah. I like it too, but it did go crazy.
Racing Academy closes on the 7th of October, but then we don't get the show until summer of 2025. So it looks like, based off of the renderings, there's like tables in this.
I'm
place?
not sure about that.
Oh, I scrolled down. See. Oh, Club Disney has tables. I'm assuming it's like a whole. I've never been in there. Can you tell I haven't been into this space? But like, there's like a Club Disney, and then there's this Lightning McQueen thing. I'm assuming they have to gut this to make it seat all these people. Yeah. But then if you put a bunch of seats, are they going to be like temporary seats? So they're going to be cheap, so that you don't, you know what I mean? If they're going to take it out and redo it for, I don't know, too many logistics. Anyway, this is temporary.
I think it's going to be folding chairs. And then at some point, you'll be able to like stand up with your folding chair and maybe like hit Gaston over the head with one.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, it's not even going to be that. Audiences are going to, I'm seeing in the notes, are going to be encouraged to sit crisscross applesauce in the floor. So, yeah.
That could be true. I mean, I don't think there's seats at the Disney Junior live on stage show. Mm-mm. Yeah.
Well, but I think this is supposed to be catered to everyone. And in the rendering, it has seats. So, actually, I don't see seats. I just see heads. Oh, no. That ain't going to work if you're making me sit crisscross applesauce. I don't bend like I used to.
Anyway, what if they pass around Go-Gurts? That would be good.
Oh,
The kids today don't even understand the hype of Go-Gurts. You know what they
screw
get
the
hyped
kids.
up?
Your boy loves a good Go-Gurt. It was a good time.
Oh my goodness.
Part
Anyway,
of a nutritious breakfast, y'all.
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
part of a nutritious breakfast. I miss the what's it called? Not the slogans. What are they called? The little commercials.
The
Jingles.
commercials.
They're called jingles. I miss the whole gimmick and jingles of television.
And like
anyway.
the food pyramid. You remember that? Stephers, you probably don't remember the food pyramid.
I do remember that. I was
Okay,
taught
all
the
right.
food pyramid. Do I remember the food pyramid? Absolutely not.
I don't either. I just remember there was a pyramid made of food, and at one point as a kid, I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to climb the food pyramid."
I'll be the king of the food pyramid. I'll be the pharaoh of that pyramid.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm coming for you, food pyramid. I'm going to plant my flag on top of you.
Hey, thank you for bringing up pyramids because pyramid shapes are a topic of our next article here.
This
And
is
I want you to
cool.
picture the Imagination Pavilion because that's where you will see pyramid shapes on the facade. Blogmickey.com is responsible for this article. Epcot DVC Lounge renamed, and they gave us a sneak peek. Now, this is very specific for people who are DVC owners, but the only reason I really wanted to talk about it, I mean, it looks nice, great. I'll never go up there. I'm not a DVC owner, but I wanted to talk about the Epcot Lounge because they're going to call it the Club ImaginAtrium. And boy, you know, I love really convoluted, ridiculous names. This is borderline for me because I struggle with saying it every time. I have to slow down and think about it. ImaginAtrium.
It's
like trying to
imagination,
say-
but not.
I know, but
No. Mm-mm.
It's a
that's
gimmick. Let them
it is a gimmick.
It's exotic. It gets the people hot.
Just like
Well,
these
here's-
carpets.
here are the highlights of the
ImaginAtrium? Good Lord.
ImaginAtrium. Here are the highlights of the ImaginAtrium. Comfortable seating. You know, we
Okay.
love that.
Yep.
Complimentary soft drinks.
Ooh.
Children's entertainment area. And I saw some pictures where it's basically going to have gaming systems like Innoventions used to have.
Okay, all right.
Intervention.
Yeah. Wi-Fi and member service advisors. Operation daily from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's on the second floor of ImageWorks, so it's at the exit to the Imagination ride. And you have to be a DVC member with a special ID card.
Hold on a second. A member can bring in up to 4 guests. Do any of our DVC friends want to grace us with visitation rights? I
No,
really just
no, they
want to
don't.
see the views from up there.
They never do.
I think it's
Okay.
so cool being in the, you know? Oh,
It
I'm
would
doing
be
a
cool to
pyramid.
be up there in the
with her
pyramid.
hands for those of you.
We all want to be in the pyramid, in the food pyramid, in the glass pyramid. We want to be part of the pyramid.
help little Landon achieve his dream by climbing the food pyramid.
And Landon wants to play video games. Take
I
him up
do.
there.
Yeah, I want to go to Epcot to play video games. Something I can't do at home. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
But Mom, I want to visit Figment.
Well,
Anyway.
similar to my failure of getting to the top of the world lounge in the Bay Lake Tower, there have been 2 different times that friends of mine who are DVC members have taken me over and they're like, "Hey, you want to go up in the futurely known as the Imaginatrium?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And both times the wait was like ridiculously long because you have to go up and check in downstairs, like where the exit gift shop is. And it was just like, well, I guess not today.
You know what
So
they
I've
should have?
Never been up there.
They should be able to let you check into a lounge. Like you should be, if you're in a park and you need a break or you know you're about to need a break, you should be able to get on like a wait list or like a check in online. Listen, you're making us take out our phones and purchase your things and do all these doodads. Why don't you add that to?
And you're
Well,
a
you
DVC member. You're already paying extra. So
That's what I'm saying.
You can. Oh, for you're saying specifically for the DVC lounge,
Yeah, for
that
the
would
lounges.
make sense.
Sorry, for
yeah,
the
that,
lounges.
that would make sense. Yeah, because I was going to say you can do virtual walk up like at Nomad now. You know,
Yeah, but like for the lounges, like get on a list
Yeah.
or something. They're already doing, whatever. And
That makes sense.
You're paying a lot of money. You should
Yeah.
have like a special. Listen, I very
a
briefly.
DVC app.
No. Don't make a new app, but like like you should have a DVC section of the app so that it's accessible. Why was I going to say it that way? Accessible, like wherever, and you can just say, "Where are the lounges near me?" And then you click the lounge for the park you're at, and it'll be like, "Get on the whatever."
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
virtual
Disney.
walk-up. Yeah. No, that's a great idea.
I'm looking
So they
Disney in the eyes, telling them to do this.
Do it, Disney.
We know Disney
looking.
listens.
Yeah.
True, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen to Fat Tony Vitello. Do what Steffer says.
All right. So I added this particular article. I didn't put this one on the list because it's not exciting. If you missed
Great sell
us,
job. Great sell job.
if you missed us talking about a concession stand construction over in Hollywood Studios and giving you updates on nothing, this is going to be in that vein. I just wanted to share this because I think it's so funny because this has been like the third time that I've seen an article written about it. New themed pavement expands further into Adventureland at the Magic Kingdom. Yes. For some reason, they're doing this work and theming the pavement in Adventureland.
We're talking about what we walk on now?
Yep. Yeah.
Damn,
I mean,
dude.
it looks cool, but like
Does it light up and then the lights aren't going to work after a month?
unfortunately,
Sorry, I had to pee, so I just ran in to say that comment.
a sick Epcot burn.
Listen,
You
it's
burnt.
very beautiful. You know what's funny is we hyped up the ground and the concrete. And we hyped that up so much because we were excited. If y'all know anything, we love the theming and we loved. Like, I'm not trying to put it down, okay? But it broke.
It did break, yeah. I don't
Man,
think
those were some magical 8 days when it worked, wasn't it?
It's just like the Disco Yeti. Oh, those were the days.
Can we get Joe Rody on that too? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll say this: the pavement looks cool, and yeah, I think it's great. I don't know if Disney's having trying to allocate monies to all these new projects. I'm not sure why themed pavement was important in Adventureland. I don't think anyone was missing it, but
Themed pavement.
It looks good, and it has like animal footprints and stuff in it. Great.
Animal footprints. Okay,
it's not bad. I'm just curious why we're doing it. But while we're in the Magic Kingdom, let's talk about something that we speculated might be happening over in Tomorrowland. Tron Lightcycle Power / Run.
That is how it's spelled out. Yeah.
We have known this ride as being virtual queue only or individual lightning lane only. Well, as of today, as of my birthday, happy birthday to me.
Happy.
Tron is now officially.
Stafford, stop it. We don't have the rights to that song.
Steffers is interrupting me being dramatically, trying to dramatically make this announcement. Tron is now standby. That's all I got. Tron standby, guys. It's on standby now. Great. No more virtual queues for Tron.
But what do we? I mean, I feel like this is kind of par for the. I mean, are we surprised? Or how do we feel about this? Really,
I'm not surprised. I think it's great. I mean, I will say so. People who have known this show for a long time and have heard me wax poetic about virtual queues. I do love virtual queues. However, in my perfect world, every attraction would be like a virtual queue where you don't have to ever deal with standby lines longer than 30 minutes. You can tap in and be like, this is what I want to ride next. And then this and this, and it'll call you to the attractions when it's ready. But it doesn't really work unless all the attractions in the park are doing this. And getting up at 7 a.m. to join the virtual queue is a pain in the butt for everybody. Again, we're trying to simplify vacations. You shouldn't have to wake up at 7 a.m. on a vacation. You just shouldn't have to. I guess for now, Tiana's Bayou Adventure will stay on the virtual queue. I think we had previously been told by Disney, this wasn't like speculation, that after the initial opening, Tiana was not going to be on the virtual queue anymore. So if that's true, will Magic Kingdom not have any virtual queues at some point? Like maybe when we get to the end of this year, going into the
Tiana's hasn't. They haven't put Tiana's on whatever that thing's called now. Multi-pass.
It is on Lightning Lane.
Oh, okay.
It is.
Okay.
Actually, maybe you're right because that was just for the launch phase. Like they did
I'm thinking they're going to push
previews.
that part. You know what I mean? Like they're going to take it off EQ and push it for the.
Oh, maybe you're right. so it'll switch over. Maybe so. Okay. Well, anyway, everything I said was wrong and invalid. So, but all I'm saying really.
But happy birthday.
No, happy birthday to me. I'm allowed to be wrong. But Tron, the cool thing about Tron is you had no control over when you were going to be able to ride it during the day when it was on virtual queue. And now, because we know everybody wants to ride it at night, it's beautiful at night. It's all lit up. You get that nice color effect in the canvas, awning. So now you can actually choose to ride it at night. And previously you couldn't do that unless you wanted to pay for the individual pass and get a return time at night.
Does Tron have single rider line? No, right? I feel like that's a silly question because, listen.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I feel like they should. Pull the virtual whatever the heck they're doing, make it standby. But I feel like that's a ride that would benefit from having a single rider line.
Well, maybe they'll implement it going forward because it seems like they're completely overhauling Tron Lightcycle Run. I think this is a move long overdue, but I'm kind of surprised that they're not going to do a hybrid. Continue using virtual queue, but also let the traditional standby be used. And maybe this is opening a whole new can of worms. Guardians of the Galaxy, your move.
I know.
Speaking of a move that is long overdue, Guardians of the Galaxy needs to come off of virtual queue only. Again, use a hybrid system if you still want to implement a virtual queue. But we're not talking about Guardians. We're talking about Tron. I like this. I like the fact that now families who unfortunately, inexplicably walk into Magic Kingdom without listening to a podcast, doing their homework, just buy tickets, walk into, hey, we're on a vacation. Let's go down to the House of the Mouse and just have fun. Oh, that looks like a cool roller coaster. Oh, you're telling us we can't go stand in line for this because we didn't get up at 7 a.m. to hit a few buttons on the app that we have to download. I love the fact that they can now get in line and experience this roller coaster.
Yeah, definitely.
Long overdue.
Yeah, but you're right. Guardians needs to come off virtual queue as well. It's time for that for sure. I wonder if maybe that'll happen when Test Track, the retheme, reopens.
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah.
Maybe they'll switch it. But
smart.
We'll have to deal with it for now. Anyway, I think overall that's a good move and happy to see Tron, the standby option open for Tron. I love Tomorrowland at night. It's my favorite land to hang out in any of the parks at night, really, aside from Pandora, but you can't do that because Animal Kingdom closes at 6 p.m.
Yeah. Closes at 4:30.
Yeah.
It's like, get out. The sun's almost going down.
Yeah. These animals got to go to bed. Get out of here.
Also, I can't believe Disney got this for you for your birthday. That's
nice.
That was really nice of Josh D'Amaro and Mickey Mouse.
Yep. Oh, Stephers. She just hugged a cute little baby penguin plushie. For those of you on the YouTube, that was the cutest little plushie. Look at that.
You can heat it up for 20 seconds and it'll warm up. And then you can yeah.
How do you heat it? In the microwave?
You heat it in the microwave, yeah. It's called a warmies.
Bizarre. I've never heard of such a thing.
It's emotional support penguin.
Okay.
Something like that.
I don't hate it. I've never thought about putting a penguin in the microwave until just now, but now you put that thought in my head.
And it smells like lavender? I thought penguins would smell like fish.
I think typically they do.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because I've been doing some aquariums. The penguin enclosures they stank.
So that just made me think as we're wrapping up our Walt Disney World news and we're transitioning to across the Universal with Stephers. Sometimes I did get to go back to Halloween Horror Nights this past Friday. This is just a quick anecdote. Sometimes the houses and particular rooms will have smells in them, and it's not just because somebody puked or had a code brown or something in the room. They actually will create smells in the room, so it further immersion. So we did Monsteros on Friday, and there's a room that has a very particular smell. And when we walked into it, one of the guys that I was with turned around to me and he was like, "It smells like pee in here." And there was one of the little like house guides was standing at the exit to the room with her little wand, and she like waved him over, and we were far from her when he said this. She waved him over, and I was like, oh, he's in trouble. Like, what did he do? And she was going, it's bird poop, but it was loud in there, so he couldn't hear her, and he was like, what? And she kept going, bird poop. It's bird poop. And I was standing there going, what is happening? Why is she yelling bird poop at him?
Well, I know what the TikTok is going to be this week.
He just kept going. I don't know what you're saying. She's like, bird poop.
It's not selling me on the house.
Why do we have to have this conversation in the middle of a house?
Because
well, where else are you going to have it?
It wasn't pee. It was bird poop.
It's
You're
bird.
Right. Yeah. Come on, guys. It's bird poop. Yeah. Everybody knows that smell.
Okay. And it does stink.
Glad to know that it stinks. Mm-hmm.
Over to you, Stephers, for Across the Universal.
Yeah, follow bird poop, Stephers.
Okay, so I guess I'll stick with the Halloween Horror Nights news first, because that's just, I don't even know. The Wolfman has finally made an appearance. The Wolfman from the upcoming Blumhouse film has made his HHN debut. This is I'm going to say it and then I'm going to move on because he's looking a little rough. And according to Justin, the sightings have been very sparse.
They are sparse.
So,
few and far between. Maybe he only comes out during a full moon. I don't know. I haven't seen him.
That would be really appropriate. Themed. That would be on brand.
Also, good job, Stepher, saying he's looking a little rough.
Well, I definitely planned it that way, and there was no shape. Yeah, well, anyway. Another thing that I would like to say is going back to my conversation of if it works, just do it. Why do we have to compare? It seems Universal has taken a page out of a similar book, similar vein as our friends at Disney. And there is a Little Boo / Major Sweets headband in Universal Studios in City Walk in the studio store. And it's one of those soft headbands. You know how you can design your own now at Disney Springs with the little character heads? This isn't customizable. This is like they're sewn on, but very similar in style. And they don't look like ear. Like, I think this is a perfect, like, it's not Mickey ears, but also it's cute and not a hat kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Good job monetizing Lil Boo there.
Yeah, oh my God!
Describing them as not Mickey ears is the best way to describe them.
It's a headband with a pumpkin and a hat.
I gotta say, Universal, you have found a way to squeeze every last dime out of Lil Boo, and I applaud you for that.
No kidding. Yeah.
Lil Boo's cute.
He is cute. Saying. He is cute.
And wasn't he kind of created by accident? Like it was it was a community thing, right?
It was a community thing. Yeah.
Listening
and Universal's like, how do I make money off this?
Yeah. Yep. And they're doing it.
They're doing great. Sweaties, we're doing great. And the final, probably the heavy hitter here of the Universal news. On Back to Hogwarts Day, which is September 1st, for those who don't know, in the chat, and there's no chat here, it's just lovely listeners at home. Sorry, my Twitch streamer is really coming out. We got some updated information or new information on the Ministry of Magic attraction, which is called Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry, set to open at Epic Universe in 2025. Essentially, we are going to watch the trial of Dolores Umbridge via omnidirectional lifts to watch the trial take place, and we have learned that Umbridge, the actress who plays Umbridge, what's her name? Dame Imelda Staunton. Dame Imelda Staunton will reprise her role as Dolores Umbridge for the attraction. And apparently Universal says that Staunton got to take Umbridge to the extreme. I will say her character is already extreme, and I really dislike her as like her character.
Oh yeah, she's hateable.
So I can only imagine what extreme means, and I am scared. We also will get to see will visit includes the Hall of Ministers, the Ministry Map Room, and the Auror's headquarters, where they are gathering information on cases. And then we will eventually enter into Umbridge's ornate pink and gold Ministry office, where, yes, there are plenty of cat plates. It's here where you will meet Higgledy, Umbridge's former house elf.
Okay.
This seems terrible. Okay, this is maybe a spoiler for a ride if you've never been to Universal, but in Gringotts, it sounds like Gringotts to me, when, why are you looking at me?
Because that sounded like Gringotts to me, too.
When it does sound like Gringotts, yep.
When you're getting whipped with the lightning magic bolt, that pushes your car back, I feel like we're going to take that, like that kind of vibe with Umbridge, and it'll just be really intense.
I don't take any umbrage with that statement, Steffers. I think you're right.
Here. Other characters include those who we've never interacted or encountered in any other of Universal's Harry Potter attractions, including Yaxley, McNair, the Carrows, and Kingsley Shacklebolt. Let's get some Kingsley love in the chat.
Once again, we don't have a chat.
We don't have a chat.
Nope.
Comments, come on.
Or do we? Are we 218 episodes in and we've been neglecting the chat this entire time?
Exactly.
Oh my God, we're terrible podcasters / streamers.
Shouts out to the chat.
Yeah, get your ones up in the chat. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm excited to see the Fountain of Magical Brethren restored to its rightful state with flying memos swirling through the atrium, along with the enchanted weather ceiling. I think this is going to be a greatly themed ride that may or may not make me motion sick. Stay tuned for our full report once this place actually opens and I ride it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to find out one way or another whether it does make you motion sick, though, without a shadow of a magical doubt. Going back to the interacting with the, what is it, Higglesby,
Bless you.
The house elf, yeah.
House elf. Is this going to, or do we know, is this going to be similar to, I know in Diagon Alley, you can go into the area where you can exchange currency. They have a, full-blown animatronic. You can interact with that and ask him questions, and Smoking Hot Girlfriend got told to get out, which was hilarious and broke her heart. But she was devastated. But do we know if it's going to be like that, or is it just going to be kind of like, oh, there he is and there he goes, there he is and there he goes?
I'm thinking there he is, there he goes. I'm thinking it'll be like in the pre-show for Hagrid's when you're in that room and you're getting briefed on everything. I think it's like a stop and go, not like a interactive thing. But who knows? I don't know anything.
He's not going to be like, thanks, Steffers, Landon.
Do you know how fun that would be if they added a name? Let me not dream. That was so. That would be so fun. Especially if we end up on wanted posters at the end.
Oh, now that would be cool.
That'd be so dope, cool. And I would buy that. Universal, I know you like Disney. Listen to this podcast. Get on that. If instead of magic shots at the end, I want a wanted poster like I'm a Sirius Black. Come on, do it. Fat Tony Vitello want that.
I was going to say. Oh, man.
I did it. Please
Steffers, you're dropping great ideas today.
I try. I will say, please don't forget to let us know which one of these is Martin Short and which one of these is Steve Martin, because,
Steve Martin Short.
I need to know. This honestly is part of the lore of this show.
No, we have not.
Add it to our Wikipedia page.
Wait, we have a wiki? I did not need to know that.
We're just begging for one.
Oh, sweet Jesus, no.
Somebody needs to do it for us.
No, no, they don't.
The news, we've had a lot of news today and we had a lot of chat and it's been a good time, but that also means we don't have a lot of time for SeaWorld, even though we're the official podcast of SeaWorld. I do just want to give them a shout out because they're offering a special deal for Florida teachers right now, which I think is awesome. So this is actually coming from the fox35orlando.com. SeaWorld Orlando is providing all active and certified K through 12 Florida teachers with unlimited access to the park through September 4th, 2025, which is next year, if you do your math correctly. Teachers can access the complimentary admission through a special teacher card. Additionally, for $47.99, they can extend their benefit to include unlimited access to Aquatica with no blockout dates. So that's amazing. Teacher card holders can enjoy discounted guest tickets to SeaWorld with prices starting at $37, $36.99.
We love our teachers.
That's awesome.
Yeah, showing appreciation for the teachers is awesome. So thank you, SeaWorld, for that. And that makes us proud to be the official podcast of SeaWorld Orlando. But that's all the time we have for SeaWorld today. We've got M34D to get to, and we cannot wait. We know it's a fan favorite segment, so stay with us. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, it's true. Dreamers of all ages, M34D is back once again. And I think, like I said, I think we put this one off because we just didn't know if we were ready to have this conversation. You know, if you're a parent or if you have had a parent and you grew up, then at some point you probably had to have the talk. Well, if it were up to you, wouldn't you have preferred a theme park to handle that for you? I know I would have. I would much prefer to take my kids and be like, kids, it's time we go to attend this attraction, and you just let me know if you have any questions. Why don't you all go in without me? No. So
this took a turn, and I don't know what turn, but it took one.
Back in October of 1989, in the Wonders of Life Pavilion, Epcot debuted a film called The Making of Me. And it is exactly what you think it is. This was a film starring Martin Short, as we've talked about him a lot today. A 16-minute show that basically talked about where babies come from. It was, I mean...
Where do babies come from? I don't know.
They come from eBay, Stephers.
Oh.
For those of you who have
or
questions...
Amazon these days.
There are links to this film if you want to see it on YouTube. We can always share that on the Facebook if people want to watch and experience it for themselves. But The Making of Me was a 1989 film about conception and birth, directed by Glenn Gordon Caron and starring Martin Short. It was shown in the Wonders of Life Pavilion at Walt Disney World's Resorts Epcot when the pavilion was open. After closing in 2007 through 2018, the theater remained open during the International Food and Wine Festival, but the film being shown was about food. And I don't think it was the making of food.
Ironically enough, food was made the exact same way as babies were made. It was weird. Guest complaints were through the roof.
This was a thing.
Yes.
Like, I would have been able to see this.
Yeah. Yeah, this went for a long time, Steffers. I was shocked that it was still happening in 2007.
Was I scarred as a youth? I would ask my dad, but I don't think I'll get an answer.
So Stephers.
Natalie will appreciate that joke. That was for Natalie. Continue.
Lord. Zoe appreciated that joke as well.
Zoe is in. Zoe's in on it. Okay. So I'll ask you, Landon, do you happen to think you saw this film? Do you have any memory of it? Did you know it was a thing?
There is zero chance I saw this film because it would have scarred me for life. Well, no, that's an exaggeration, but no, I never had the pleasure of seeing The Making of Me when I was in Epcot. Though, I understand, old school Epcot, it was all about edutainment. It was all about entertaining people and educating them at the same time. But how Disney landed on this and it made it through the pitching phase and then the production phase and then we're going to make this and put it in our theme park phase. And to your point, it ran 89 to 2007?
Yeah.
That is a hell of a run for an attraction about baby making. And Martin Short's in it.
Martin Short is in it.
Not only is he in it, he narrates the dang thing.
Can I ask a stupid question? It might be a stupid question, but I don't know the answer.
You're in the perfect place to ask a stupid question.
Stephers, I'm so ready for this question. Let's get to it.
No, not that question, Stephers. Not that question. No.
When
two people love each other very much.
Is this why the pavilion was called the Wonders of Life Pavilion? Or like this is just a result? Like this was just a happy...
Which came first, the chicken or the egg? I think they had this concept.
Imagineers saw some of the people in Epcot. It's like, yeah, it's a wonder that they have life, so we're going to call it the Wonders of Life. Boom, got them. No,
boom, roasted. I think it was they had this. They knew that Future World was going to have all these educational pavilions. One of them, they thought it would be a great idea to talk about the wonders of life, and then, I mean, a huge part of the wonder of life is birth and death. Right.
So it is like in art, it makes sense that these are, closely related. It's not a coinkydink. Okay.
No, it's not. It's not a coincidence.
I was just wondering.
So here's the pitch. Somebody comes to Walt Disney Imagineering and they're like, listen, I have an idea for an attraction. Just go with me here. It's going to be about conception, and there will be talk of, in fact, animated sperms.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Like they animated this. They paid honest to God talented people who could draw cartoons. It's like, all right, guys, what do we got? Disney's hiring me. What we got? Mickey, Goofy, maybe Chippendale because it's the 80s. No. Eggs and sperm, y'all. That's what we're doing today. That's on the docket. Welcome to the 80s. Everybody's on cocaine.
Any other kind of content pertaining to this topic, that's set for your OnlyFans kind of content. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, there's a line, and animated versions just work better, apparently.
Well, I will say
it's the first version of OnlyFans.
It's well, I will say it's not like we got to see a cartoon of mom and dad going to the bone zone or anything like that. It was strictly, just a demonstration of the actual fertilization of eggs.
Which I'm very glad for, because in this iteration of the making of me, it would have been an animated version of a male and female version of Martin Short.
That would have been really funny.
Yeah, let that one bang around in your brain pan for a second.
No.
So, no. Hold on. Okay, enough time's passed.
Dead air is great on the podcast, of course.
I was letting people think about that.
So Disney brought heavy hitters to this attraction as well. So Glenn Gordon Caron wrote and directed the television show Moonlighting, among other things. And the music in the film was composed by Bruce Broughton, who did compose music for Disney films and attractions, including Ellen's Energy Adventure. So, Disney doesn't halfway do something. They bring in experience, they bring in talent to do these things. Martin Short, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I'm just saying.
I just think it's funny that you said experience and me and Landon both raised our heads and turned it to the camera.
Yep. I'm just saying.
There's a reason we put this one off, guys.
So here's the description. I'll give you the wiki description of this attraction. Martin Short tells the story about how we are born by explaining how parents met during the course of their lives at a high school dance, as parents used to back in the old days, getting married on their honeymoon and having their first child. I said that weird. They didn't get married on their honeymoon. That would be really convenient if you did, though.
Why didn't people just do that? Yeah. Be a lot
The film
easier, save some money. Yeah.
Yeah. The film also explains the process of fertilization between sperm and egg cells in an animated segment that lasts about 90 seconds, as well as fetal development using imagery taken by Leinart Nilsson, previously appeared in Nova's Miracle of Life. Okay. So we've got some details about the film they showed after they stopped showing this film. From 2008 to 2018, the theater has been used to screen, or was used to screen, Seasons of the Vine, which also sounds weirdly reproductive, during Food and Wine.
Yeah, that's just a thirsty theater.
Yeah. According to producers, the film was somewhat a departure for a Disney attraction and mentions that the film may elicit controversy in regards to the issue of abortion. Fortunately, the intent was to not walk into the teeth of that issue. Given that birth and conception is a sensitive issue around families, an advisory sign was placed near the entrance to the theater in order to advise parents to decide whether the film was suitable for children. Again, I would have just sent mine in without me. Go ahead. I'll meet you on the other side. And you'll be changed forever.
Don't even tell them what it is. Yeah, Mickey and Minnie are in there. Go have fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did post the link to the YouTube film, the recording of the film. And Landon, I know you got a chance to watch it. Any takeaways from watching that video?
I can't believe this was at a Disney park. I really can't. In a day and age where a certain group of people, I'll just say, are looking for reasons to be outraged, sometimes particularly at the Disney Corporation, the fact that this ran again from 1989 to 2007 blows my mind. I am not a prude by any stretch of the imagination. If you've listened to any of the 218 episodes of this podcast or of Does Disney, or if you know me online or personally, you know I am not a prude, but this is wild that this was at a theme park. Again, old school Epcot was all about edutainment, and this certainly was of the edutainment variety. But wow. Martin Short sold it. He was great in the video. He was his charming self. It's kind of bizarre to see him that young, well, relatively young, so to speak. Since nowadays it's like all about only murders in the building and stuff like that. We've brought that up a lot this episode. I apologize if you've not seen that show. Go watch it. It's great. Probably better than this podcast. But no. Okay, our podcast is better than their podcast in the show. How about that, Jay? All right, but it's like this is wild. That again, this went from a pitching process to a we're going to put this
full blown attraction.
Yeah, like this was an attraction in a not a theme park, a Disney theme park.
It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah,
Stephers has a very upset look on her face right now.
Stephers is finally watching
right
it
now.
Stephers, what video are you watching?
I think I remember the animated sperm.
Oh,
in my head, I feel like that was deja vu. However, they go from like the finish line. Honestly, if you really want to watch it, click the link. If you don't, I don't.
We'll put the link out there.
It's a 16-minute video. Take 16 minutes out of your day to watch this thing. This is wild.
So I just wanted to say, you just gave me this thought, Stephers, while you're watching it, and Landon talking about like, would it fly in this day and age? Imagine this was still around, or imagine it debuted tomorrow, right? And we're in the current
Did Disney get this for your birthday as well, Jay? like meme it's on my birthday, it comes out tomorrow, and we're in the meme era of life, like the internet viral content, right? On Tinder, they swiped the correct way, and now they want to slay in the bedroom.
So the video would be much different, of course. But if they still had the animated version of the fertilization process, that those, like, there would be a sperm that would have a name, like the Disney fan community would give it a name. There would be plushies, there would be t-shirts. Like, Disney could cash in on, that particular little cute guy. I know that would happen. I know it would.
Disney might not have it in the Emporium, but Etsy would be all over that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I would be so excited for the think pieces of the Sean Hannitys of the world for their heads to explode about woke Disney. That would be so great. So great.
Go get your Spiffy the Sperm plushie.
See, I was going to go Jizzy.
Oh, that's too on the no. For legal purposes, this is all a joke.
Spunky would be a good one.
Dang it. That's what I should have gone with.
Well, they should give a certificate at the end of the attraction that says, something about learning the birds and the bees. I don't even think they call it that anymore. I swiped right. I don't know. Listen, I will
the
say,
bees and the Z's.
I'll say, the apps really do work. That's how I met Jackson. So, just saying.
Man, this is the most unhinged episode of M34D we've had.
Should we create our very own Monday Morning Monorail updated version of The Making of Me?
No.
And it could be
no
the
one
story.
Needs that. No one needs that.
Yes. We totally need this.
But
the best part is the original went 16 minutes. Much like my sex life, we could do it in probably 90 seconds.
I'm not even going to finish what I was going to say. It wouldn't work.
Yeah. Take that, me.
Yeah, Zoe. Zoe's fired up.
Zoe likes that one.
I don't think the thing is I don't actually there are plenty of people in the new generations, I guess, that'll have kids, but I know a lot of people, at least in my age bracket, that aren't interested in having kids.
Yeah,
a lot of us are getting pets or just not contributing to the world right now in that way. So I'm interested to see what a modern day would look like. I do miss edutainment. This was a little too much for me. I feel like if it was Body Wars and fully animated and a vibe, maybe better. It's the Martin Short of it all that really just...
Let's not speculate what a Body Wars version of this film would be like.
It'd be a whole different type of Body Wars, baby.
I mean, it could be very exciting, but...
Ooh, I'm interested.
Yeah. Oh, my.
I'm into some weird stuff, y'all.
I've made myself blush on this episode.
I will say... Never mind. Nope, it's not. Never mind.
Now you show restraint, Steffers. Now you show restraint.
I didn't watch that whole video with sound, but I don't know. I feel like the talk is very not.
We had a link. We've got a link to. It's what is this page called? Outdated Walt Dated World.
Oh.
And it talks about out of commission attractions, and they have the whole script actually as part of that article.
That's I just
so if you want to read along, act it out. Maybe we do a dramatic reading of this on our 250th episode.
Absolutely not.
Yes, I love that idea.
No.
Let's put it to a vote. I vote yes.
Yes.
All right, Steffers, you've been outvoted.
Good luck. Have fun. I won't even. The thing is, I can't even say I'll just watch because that's weird. I'm not going to film it. That's
you get to be Steffers. There's only one girl that speaks in it, and it's at the very end. So you get to be the closer.
You're our token girl, Steffers.
Thank you.
You're our Selena Gomez.
I nominate Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe is a yes as well.
Oh,
I know.
My goodness.
I know. Okay, all right.
Well, I just want to say, and hearkening back to the film, it happens to everyone. One day you're walking down the street and you think to yourself, where did I come from? How did I get here? What's it like being born? And I hope you were asking those questions to yourself when you started this podcast today. And now maybe we've helped answer some of those questions.
No.
And I also want to say I'm sorry. No.
I'm sorry.
You know what? For the Patreon, we'll do a dramatic reread of the script.
Yeah.
We don't have
for
one.
The chat. We're going to do it for the chat.
For the chat. One's up in the chat, y'all. One's up in the chat.
Guys, I just want to tease something out a little bit. It's something I've been looking at the calendar and thinking ahead. Landon, when you are here, April 1st, 2025.
Oh, that one. Okay.
For Living with the Landon, the big fundraiser that we're all very excited about.
Mm-hmm.
Do you all realize?
No.
That's like right within a week of our 250th episode.
Did you really just do all that math?
I did it before.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. So I think the following Monday would be our 250th. Not that one, but the next one. So it'd be like a week ahead.
Oh, dang.
I'm thinking that means we have to record live, the three of us, for our 250th episode. We have to. We'll be here to do it. And I think we have to do that, which means I need to start thinking about, can we find a venue to do this? And if people donate money to Living with the Landon, they can come watch us record live. What are your thoughts? Give me your thoughts on this. I think we could.
I just show up.
I love that idea. I now recording live, like, are you talking about recording ahead of time and then we post it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then yes, I am totally on board with this. Yes, 1000%.
Well, I'm thinking we find a good venue somewhere near property, hopefully very close, or I may have a hookup. We'll see on somewhere on property. And then it doesn't have to be a big room, but we just set up our recording equipment and we bring in a little intimate group of people who've donated and they're in town, and they can watch us record episode 250 to a live audience. And then we'll post it, a couple weeks later for our 250th episode. I think we should do it. I think it's a benefit to those people who want to donate, which means if you go to the merch shop and you buy merch, I'll count that. You need to just email us a copy of your, your receipt or whatever, because you'll get a confirmation. So email us that. And also, if you donate on the donate page, just screenshot it, send it to us. Mm-hmm. I'll take that as proof that you've donated as well. And that'll get you access. We'll get this set up. We'll start planning it now. And I've said it here on the podcast, so now it has to happen. We have to do it.
I mean, okay.
Stephers, you're in.
I'm forever unemployed at this point, so I got nothing else to do.
Don't sound so excited, Stephers. Also get a job.
Well, I was already planning to go, so you're driving me. The moral of this story is because I'm showing up and Justin is my chauffeur. If he drives me to a venue to record, I will absolutely be down and I will show my best self. I just fly on the plane. I just get on the plane and get there. Yeah.
Yeah. You get here, I'll make sure Steffer shows up.
And I'm there for a week. I'm staying at Swan for a week. So hell yeah. I'm there.
I will be signing autographs. I know all of you want that. Just bring me your favorite picture.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
For an extra donation to the Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee, I will sign your boob. Absolutely.
Yeah. Woo.
You've already set the precedent, Steffers. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're welcome.
It's true.
Yep.
I can do it because I am a woman. Y'all, that would be harassment. So don't.
Unless they ask.
It would be problematic if you or I did it, Jay.
I'm not just I'm not doing it unsolicited. That would be a problem.
That is true. Consent is the key there. So good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Anyway,
good point.
Unhinged.
Consent first for everything, ladies and gentlemen.
Tired.
Even though you really probably didn't consent to us talking about the making of me today, but it happened.
It's a Disney topic.
Today was a lot, y'all. I feel like I need to lay down. This has been the best
episode we've ever done.
Yeah.
I believe that with my whole heart. So,
chest.
Yeah. But I think that we've done all the damage we can do for today.
We did some damage.
We did. So, Steffers.
That's me.
Tell us what's going on in your world and specifically with Sippin' and Bitchin'.
Oh, yeah. What day are we in? Okay. So, Monday.
My birthday.
Yeah. No. I guess. New episode of Sippin' and Bitchin' on Wednesday. We're actually recording today when you're listening to this. So Justin's birthday when you're listening to this. Part 10,000 billion of 10,000 billion. It's an exciting time. Really, we're only getting through 6 chapters an episode, and that's okay because we just have a lot of ground to cover. Adventures with Steffers, and make sure to follow the Morning Monorail on all the socials, because me and Justin are about to meld minds and collaborate on. I don't know why I clapped so loud.
We're doing TikTok dances.
Okay, we're doing one maybe TikTok dance, but we will provide you quality content of our Halloween Horror Nights RIP tour experience, and we have something else planned that I don't think I want to say yet. I think I just want it to be a surprise.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Smiley face.
Very good, Steffers. Thank you so much. Landon, over to you.
Hi, I'm Fat Tony Vitello, otherwise known as Landon Doe. Follow me on Twitter, LANDOZ. Please go follow me, Landon Doe. I'm the best. Landon Doe, not the rest. That's where you can get me 280 characters at a time. I also run a website, buttmunchchips.com. Buttmunchchips.
Oh, sorry. Sit on your butt and munch.
Thank you. Appreciate the sound effects. Sound effects are appropriate because even though I have renewed the URL, I still haven't done jack squat to it. So in lieu of going to that website, I invite you to head over to morningmonorail.com or bonfire.com and search for Living with the Landon. Jay mentioned it. I will be down in Orlando, Florida on April 1st of 2025 to celebrate my 40th birthday. And on my 40th birthday, I will be marathon riding Living with the Land. And in doing so, I'm asking you to donate pledges to raise money for Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee. All money raised will be earmarked for the Food for Kids program. And it's appropriate that we talk about this because September is Hunger Action Awareness Month. And it's appropriate that we're all wearing orange because orange is the color for Hunger Action Awareness Month. You can spread the word of Hunger Action Awareness by wearing orange, talking about it on your social media, hosting a food drive locally, or volunteering at a Second Harvest in your neck of the woods, or just at a food bank in your neck of the woods. But talking on Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee, they cover 18 counties in East Tennessee. That's approximately 8,000 square miles. There are over 200,000 East Tennesseans that are food insecure, and that is 1 in 6 children. That is over 44,000 kids. Those kids, that is who we are raising money for with the Feed the Kids program, with the Living with the Land fundraiser. Food for Kids, they distribute over 650,000 bags a year to those kids. They send them home with food every weekend so those kids know when they're not at school, they have a meal to eat over the weekend. They have a meal that wouldn't be provided otherwise. So help us raise money for those that need food in their belly. Head over to morningmonorail.com. Get your official Living with the Landon merchandise, like this fine mug right here. If you're watching us on the YouTube, it is dishwasher safe. I'm a big fan of that. You got the logo on the front and a Second Harvest Pack the Bags Food for Kid logo on the back. I appreciate everything y'all are doing to help me raise money for a organization that I love with my whole heart, and I love y'all with my whole heart. Best fans in the podcasting game. Love you, mean it. I think I'm going to be seeing some of y'all this week down in the House of the Mouse in Orlando, Florida. So if you see a guy that looks like a chunky Tony Vitello, be sure and say hey, and I will in fact let you buy me a beer. So see you then.
Well, not at Magic Kingdom.
Well, hey, if we go to Skipper Canteen, so
there you go. There you go.
Hold on. Before we fully close this out, please don't forget to give us a 5-star review, but also let us know in your review if Justin or Landon are Martin Short.
Oh yeah, that's true.
In the Apple's review, you want them to
absolutely. It'll grab people's attention when they're looking for a new podcast.
Wow,
by the way,
we're throwing inside jokes in the iTunes reviews. I like that.
This just solidifies me as an old man, by the way, because I said Apple's review. What am I even talking about?
The problem is, I think you and I are like trying to out old man each other.
I think so. I think we're doing that now for sure. But no, thank you, Landon, and thank you for helping us get started on this fundraiser. Great cause, and I hope that you all get involved. And again, if you want to be part of the live recording of episode 250, just send proof. MondayMorningMonorail@gmail.com. Send me proof that you've donated, and you can get access to the live recording, and that will be great. We just got to find a venue, and I got to figure out how many of you little Monorail fan members will be there and how much room we need. But we'll figure it out. It'll be good.
And that goes if you've already bought merchandise,
Yeah.
if you've already donated to Second Harvest. It's not like, going forward. If you've donated period to the Living with the Landon fundraiser since we've announced it, you have a spot on this ride. And if you have donated, you truly are my favorite member of the Monorail fam.
I have no idea what I've just gotten us into, but we'll figure it out.
Dude,
we've never tried this before.
Yeah, we're flying by the seat of our pants. We're 218 episodes in. I still have no idea what we're doing.
Well, thank you all for going on this ride with us. We always love doing it. We love interacting with you. Don't forget, we have a Facebook, the Monday Morning Monorail Fam Facebook page. You can join us there. We've got a Discord that you can join as well. There's a static link in the Facebook, but if you don't join the Facebook and you want a link, just send me a note and I can get that to you. We're Morning Monorail on all of the social media platforms at Morning Monorail. You can find us. We're posting content. There's going to be some more HHN content coming up shortly and clips from this very fine show and lots of other things. But we're just happy that you're here listening to us. Please tell a friend. If you haven't reviewed the show, please review the show. Do all the things. Subscribe on YouTube, Monday Morning Monorail Podcast. And thank you for every little thing that you do. And just being here means a lot to us. We love you guys. And until we talk to you next week, thank a team member. Thank a cast member. Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.